Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today for another video. Today, we're bringing out the trusty old Shuttle LT. That's right, I still have this thing. And the Shuttle LT with the updated Shimano EP801 drive unit. And we're gonna go through some of the details, features, changes, the difference between the two, and of course, have some head-to-head competition and see just how different the two drive units are. This one has been around the block. I have kept it ever since I got it probably about a year ago. I love this bike. There's a reason I still have it. That being said, it does have the EP8 drive unit, and it is being replaced or updated with the new EP801 equipped Shuttle LT, which we'll take a look at now. So here is a slightly less used Shuttle LT, has the EP801 drive unit. The biggest difference is going to be how worn the tires are on this one. Otherwise, everything else is all pretty much the same. Both size medium, both have 160 mil of travel out back, 170 up front. Both of the bikes have Shimano drive units as well. This one here has the XTR system. It is a mechanical XTR, and so it does not have any of the free shift or auto shift features, which are really neat things about the 801 drive unit, and we'll talk a little bit about those. To the untrained eye, the EP801 looks much the same from the outside. However, there are some very notable differences inside, which riders will appreciate on the trail or when trying to keep up with their group of Bosch or Bros equipped friends. There's a 20% increase, taking the max power from 500 to 600 watts, has 85 Newton meters of torque, and an updated app like their fine tune feature, which gives you up to 15 adjustments that you can access on the fly from the remote. So like previous generations of Shimano's, there are two rider profiles, and it comes preset with profile 1 and 2, and each of those has an eco, trail, and boost mode. Inside the Shimano eTube app, you have the ability to customize quite a few parameters of those modes, from how quick it comes on and ramps up to the maximum torque assistance. So you can really eke out as much mileage as you want or have the easiest, most assisted riding experience you'd like. What is new on the 801 is their fine tune feature. And so what you can do and how we have ours set up is we have a rider profile 1, which has your 3 preset modes that we have customized to our liking. And then the second rider profile is actually that fine tune profile. And within the fine tune profile, you very quickly navigate with this plus and minus power button, and you can have smaller incremental changes. On ours, it is 1 through 8. However, you have up to 15 steps that you can make. So if you want to have very, very small changes in your power increase or decrease, you can do so. We thought 8 was a pretty good spot to be, to where each button press would give you a noticeable enough change in power. And if you just wanted to hit it 3 times, you could drop significantly to save power when you needed it. Or if you wanted to get up to speed very quick, give it 3 taps and you're making a much bigger difference. Whoa! So if you've ridden a Shimano drive unit, you will be aware that it has areas where it excels and performs greatly, and other areas where Shimano owners might be wishing for a little bit more. Now, the EP801 makes some improvements to those areas, and our first test is going to be one of those areas we're most excited about. Shimano bikes have a tendency to drop to the back of the pack on flatter or lower grade climbs where higher cadence and higher speeds are found. So this first test is going to be just that, a rolling, smooth bit of single track, very gradual elevation change. Also, we'll see if the 801 is any quicker than the outgoing EP8. All right, ready, set, start. All right, so this is a pretty flat, high cadence and high speed traverse, and an area that I think the 801 really does excel over the EP8. I think that extra power will just make this keep up more with the Bosch and the Bros drive units. When you're kind of bouncing off that 20-mile-an-hour max speed, it seems like the 801 just does a little better about hanging up there at that high speed, high cadence zone. Yeah, this is kind of where that 801 power really comes in. I can feel it bouncing on and off. And stop. Test number 2, EP8. Go. Boy, it just does not quite feel like right here I have the same support. Doing 12 miles an hour, and I feel like I was doing maybe closer to 14 on the 801. Feels a little bit harder to pedal. Seem like my speeds are that different right here, but I feel like I am pushing a bit harder. Come on, doggy. Stop. For some reason, it felt like once I hit that 20 mile an hour cutoff, it felt like there was a little more resistance. Maybe my legs were just a little bit more fatigued from that extra effort I had to put in just before I hit the limiter, so it felt like they were pretty close. But just enough of a difference that the 801 would matter, and you're just creeping away. So the second challenge here is going to be the timed climb. We are here on what we kind of consider the impossible climb, and about all this road is good for is servicing these power lines. Hopefully you can tell just how steep this is, but we're gonna put the EP801 up against the EP8 and see if there really is a difference, if that 600 watts makes a big difference over the 500, and who will get up fastest. Ready, set, and go. Here we come, Brian. And stop. So 1 minute and 9 seconds on the EP8. The very lower part was about 7 miles an hour. Once I came up onto the steep pitch, I was right at 4.9, and that kind of was where I stayed. So we'll see what the speed is, gear selection, and time on a roughly 1 minute and 10 second, right? 109 second climb, and do it again on the EP801 after I catch my breath. On your mark, get set, go. Going up, Brian. Now, let's see how she goes here. I definitely can feel more assistance. Like, I didn't go up and over that step on the EP8 because I was just trying to focus on maintaining power and traction. And on this bike, I felt like I was going fast enough to where the straight line and direct line was doable. Right now, I'm going 5.7 instead of 4.8. And stop. 58 seconds on the 801 compared to the 109 on the EP8. I felt faster. I definitely, as I said, I went over stuff that I didn't before because I was going 1.5 to 2 miles an hour faster. And that meant all the difference from either going around a rock or being able to go up and over in a 1 minute timed section to have a 10% advantage, right? On a 10-minute climb, you're talking over a minute in difference. I'm honestly surprised. I kind of thought it was gonna be a little closer, maybe 5 seconds, 6 seconds, but to have an over 10-second difference that's pretty significant. Where do we stand? What are the final thoughts? So first up, the app. Pretty cool. We like the adjustability, the customization that you can have. Sometimes it can take a while to connect with the bike, which we would like to see improved. You know, sometimes it's 30 seconds, sometimes it could take a minute or longer, or it seems like longer. The fine tune feature is really cool. And as someone who doesn't spend a lot of time going between power modes, you know, I found myself using that feature a lot, and that was pretty cool. Moving into the noise of the drive unit, the 801 does seem a bit quieter, noticeably quieter, I will say. It's not gone, but it's, I would say, on par. It might even be quieter than some Bosch drive units I've ridden. Again, frame acoustics have a lot to do with it, and I know Pivot does pay a lot of mind to frame acoustics and damping. So definitely quieter on the power, and quieter when coasting and descending. Moving into the power side of things, absolutely a noticeable difference, specifically here on our Impossible Climb hill. We only timed and showed you guys a small portion of it, but the rest of it continues way up to the top. And the 801 is superior. You know, having an over 10% difference in time just on a 1 minute segment, you know, that's just gonna exponentially grow the longer your climb or the longer your ride is. Again, if you're a rider that has been normally going out with guys on Bosch bikes or Bros equipped bikes, and you're getting peeled off on the ride to the trailhead, or kind of those flatter, lower grade climbs before you get to the good stuff, you can now rest assured that you'll be hanging up with the group, and that's nice for sure. Now that I've ridden the LT with an 801, it's kind of hard to deny that, like, one of my favorite e-enduro bikes got better, and it got faster, and it is more capable on the climbs. The descending, the jumping, the playfulness, all the stuff that I love about the bike remains. It just got a little bit better in terms of the uphill experience. So take that for what you guys will. Is that percent increase worth you investing in buying another bike if you already own one? I don't know. That's kind of up to you guys, but hopefully the numbers shown will at least give you some food for thought to see if it's just a marketing experience from Shimano, or if there is actually a difference. And I think the proof is in the pudding. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hope to see you out on the trails. Please don't forget to subscribe. And of course, check out our web store. We got a lot new stuff in there, and we'd love to have you guys rocking the Lone Wolf apparel out on the trails. Thanks for watching.